What's up, guys? It's your boy SJ. Today we're gonna be watching three true horror stories animated. Okay, so let's go ahead and jump on into this video.
The buzz in my pocket was a constant companion, a comforting thrum against my thigh. Texts, emails, the occasional breaking news notification. My phone was the umbilical cord connecting me to the digital world. It held my entire life. Contacts, photos, work files, even that embarrassing karaoke video from college I swore I'd delete, but spoiler alert, I hadn't. So, when the familiar weight vanished from my pocket on that rainy Tuesday afternoon, panic clawed its way up my throat. My first thought was absent-mindedness. Maybe I'd left it at the coffee shop while getting my usual latte. But as I retraced my steps, a cold dread cooled in my gut. The bustling train ride, the long meeting. My phone had vanished. I thought I'll get a new phone tomorrow, but something far more sinister was waiting for me in the morning. I found a single sheet of paper on my doorstep. Did someone leave it last night? As I gave it a read, I got chills down my spine. Inside it, only two lines resided. The first one was a familiar phrase that I once casually mentioned to a friend in a conversation the day before I lost my phone. Salmon teriyaki for lunch, extra seaweed. Below it, scrawled in bold red, were the words, "Your phone knows everything, and now so do I." Fear clung to my chest. What the hell?
You know what to do, bruh. You gotta go to the nearest police station or something. I would drive. But you gotta do something, bruh. I don't know, but you gotta do something.
Some creepy stranger has my phone. From that day onwards, I started getting these anonymous emails. Every single one of them served a punch to my gut. Sometimes it was details about a childhood crush I'd confided in years ago, the name of my first pet, the embarrassing karaoke song incident, and the list goes on. It was like the thief was living my life, holding my secrets hostage. I couldn't go to the police. How do you explain someone stealing your data and using it to stalk you? All I could do was get a new phone and inform all my friends and family about this incident. Still, the threatening emails didn't leave me be. It was then I reached out to Leo, my tech-savvy friend and resident computer wizard. Leo, a walking encyclopedia of tech hacks and troubleshooting, understood my predicament immediately.
And I'll try to tell this line. Oh no, let's skip it.
This computer.
So this story so far it's good. I see it. Yeah, it's good. I mess with it. Scary. Scary. I can see. No, it's buffering. Why me? And I don't know how to edit videos either. No.
They've accessed your data, man. He confirmed, his voice tight with concern. But there's a chance we can track up. Then do it, dude. I want to know who this MF making my life miserable. Days turned into a blur of frantic searches and sleepless nights. Leo, fueled by gallons of coffee and righteous fury, worked tirelessly. He used a combination of forensic software and what he called ethical social engineering to trace the digital footprints of the stolen data. Finally, after what felt like an eternity, he found a lead. A ping from a dilapidated apartment building located on the outskirts. The building reeked of neglect, the air thick with a sense of despair and loneliness. Leo's tracking device showed us that whoever had my phone was living in the last apartment on the second floor of this building. With a pounding heart, we stopped right outside the specific apartment and knocked on the door. A few minutes later, a gaunt man answered the door, his eyes wide and bloodshot. Before he could speak,
Well, ugly as fuck, goddamn. Look at them zombies.
Blurted, "That's my phone, you stole it!" Surprise flickered across his face, quickly replaced by a sneer. "Don't be ridiculous," he scoffed. I don't know you. Get lost." The man then tried to slam the door on our face, but Leo put his foot between the gap and stopped him. "We know what you've been doing. We have the proof." A flicker of fear turned the man pale. He lunged for the door, but Leo was faster. He shoved his shoulder against it, the momentum sending them both stumbling into the dimly lit apartment. A struggle ensued, a tangle of limbs and adrenaline. I lunged for a heavy book lying on a nearby table and smacked the man on the head, almost giving him a concussion. He finally gave up. When the sirens of cop cars wailed in the distance, a wave of exhaustion washed over me. We found out that the man's name was Arthur. He had a perfect life, a wife, and a young son. His wife got addicted to social media and neglected their young son. One day, the little boy, captivated by a flashing light, had wandered into the house's main circuit box and met a tragic end. The grief drove his wife to madness, and she left the house in the middle of the night. Arthur hasn't seen her since. Arthur, lost and broken, developed a twisted vendetta against the very technology that had stolen his family. He began stealing phones, immersing himself in the digital lives of his victims, hoping to terrify them into disconnecting, into cherishing the real world instead of the curated one on the screens. After the cops took Arthur away, I retrieved my phone, but the echo of, "Your phone knows everything," hung heavy in the air.
Wow.
I checked in.
Nah, I fucked up. R.I.P. the son. R.I.P. the son. R.I.P. the son. R.I.P. the son. Let's get to the story.
To the small motel in Kansas, exhausted from my work trip. The neon sign outside flickered, casting an eerie glow over the parking lot. Room 23 was nothing special. A bed, a nightstand, a worn-out chair, and a Bible in the drawer. I tossed my bag on the bed and headed to the bathroom to splash some water on my face. That's when I saw it, a mobile phone lying on the sink. It looked like it had been there for a while, a bit dusty but otherwise in good condition. I couldn't resist my curiosity and plugged it into my charger while I took a dump. When I picked it up again, the screen lit up, and to my surprise, it was unlocked. This is weird. Who leaves their phone behind like this? I started flipping through the photos straight away. A beautiful girl with long, dark hair appeared in every picture, always wearing a golden cross necklace. She was smiling in most of them, but something seemed off. The backgrounds were often blurred, and there was a strange, shadowy figure in the corners of some images. It was getting weird, but it jumped to unsettling in the last picture, in which she held her tongue out and was almost licking a dead cat, which she held in her hands. There was a strange symbol drawn with blood on the wall behind her, probably a satanic ritual. That is when suddenly, a woman's scream pierced the silence, making me jump. The phone screen glitched as well. My heart pounded as I looked around, but there was no one else there. What the hell was that? I shook off the unease and turned to the phone, but it wouldn't start. And automatically, the bathtub tap turned on. But as I approached to close it, I felt like I saw a shadow move in the corner. I didn't think much of it, splashed some water on my face and returned to the room. About an hour later, I was tucked into bed, had my laptop on, and was working on a presentation. When I looked up, and what I saw made my heart skip a few beats. There, in the middle of the small motel room, I saw a shadow standing and watching me. I froze, couldn't even scream, but the shadow just turned and started walking towards the bathroom. I don't know why, but I followed, heart in my throat, and after it disappeared behind the door, I pushed it open. But nothing. The bathroom was empty. Okay, what did they mix in the water? I decided to take a break and pulled out the Bible from the drawer. Maybe a passage would help calm my nerves. I opened it at random and found a highlighted passage, which was strange. The Lord is my light and my salvation. Whom shall I fear? The Lord is the stronghold of my life. Of whom shall I be afraid? As soon as I read, the room began to tremble. A woman's scream echoed in the room. I dropped the Bible and ran to the bathroom, knowing the source of the screams was there. This time, the sight made my blood run cold. The same girl from the phone was levitating above the bathtub, her face twisted. The golden cross was around her neck, glowing ominously. Blood poured from her mouth as she screamed, filling the tub below. I stood frozen, unable to move or look away. She plunged into the blood-filled tub and everything went black. When I woke up, I was lying on the bathroom floor. Everything seemed normal, the bathroom clean, and the tub empty. I thought maybe it had all been a horrible nightmare, but then I saw it. The golden cross lying in the bathtub. No way this can be real. I reached for it, the cold metal against my skin. A sense of dread washed over me. I had to know more about what happened to this girl, so I hurried to the motel office. The motel manager was an older man. I showed him the cross and asked about the girl. That belonged to Maria. She stayed here a few months ago. Sweet girl, always smiling, but something changed. She seemed scared, like she was running from something. One night, she just vanished. No bags, no phone, no sign of her. But she painted some horrible things in the bathroom. I didn't want no trouble with the police, so I got it cleaned up. I felt a shiver run down my spine. I packed my things and left that very night. But along the way, I stopped my car, dug a hole by the roadside, and buried the phone there. I thought it was a satanic ritual which went wrong, but I wished her peace and left.
That's good. He did good. He did good.
The day you get your Clear Choice dental implants changes your struggle with missing teeth forever.
Yeah, he did good. He did good. Like, how old is he probably?
I still remember the sting which I felt when our teacher announced that Jill had passed away. It's been 5 years since. She was there one day, her bright smile lighting up the classroom, and then she was just gone. The official report said it was an accident, but something in me always felt it wasn't that simple. A few days after her passing, my friend Claire and I were wandering through the park near Jill's old house. That's when we found it, a phone, half buried in the dirt beneath a large oak tree. The screen was cracked, but it was powered on, and it shook us.
The wallpaper. Isn't that Jill's dog?
I think this is Jill's phone. We sat on a bench and went through it. We found videos that were dated the night Jill died. My hands trembled as I pressed play. The first video was shaky, showing Jill in her room. She looked scared, whispering frantically.
If anyone finds this, please help me. My dad, he's angry again.
The next video showed something more disturbing. Jill's father, Mr. Hart, stormed into her room, shouting incoherently. He grabbed her arm and she struggled, pleading with him to stop. The look in his eyes was terrifying, pure rage.
We have to show this to someone.
The final video ended abruptly, Jill screaming as the phone hit the ground. My heart raced, a mix of fear and anger bubbling.
I feel bad for people who really reach their parents, because my parents, I love my parents. I love my mom. Love her. So, like, I don't like this, like, hurting kids, like, I don't like that. Unless they did something disciplined. But if they did nothing, you're just doing it, like, why? I don't get it. I don't get it.
Up inside me. Foolishly, we decided to confront Mr. Hart, hoping to get answers. We reached her house. The place seemed more like a haunted mansion than a home. I knocked on the door and Mr. Hart answered, his eyes cold and calculating. Ah, Bill and... it's Claire, isn't it? Donna's daughter?
Yes, Mr. Hart. We, wanted to pay our condolences.
He just nodded his head. We also found something. I think it's Jill's phone. His face twisted in anger. He lunged at me, snatching the phone from my hand. We know what you did. I have backups of the things that were in her phone. He grew pale. You have a day to come out with the truth. Tomorrow we go to the police. You kids have no idea what you're meddling with. Get out before you were...
Hey, tell him. Just go to the police. Show the video. Like, bro. You don't have to tell him, bruh. This got to be fake actually, bruh. Like,
Grit. Claire and I ran, fear pushing us forward. We knew we needed to be cautious, so we shared our live location with each other, just in case. That night, I couldn't sleep. My mind kept replaying the videos, Jill's terrified face haunting me. The next day, I was walking home from school when a van pulled up beside me. Before I could react, Mr. Hart jumped out, grabbed me, and shoved me inside. He put a cloth over my face, and then I blacked out. When I opened my eyes, I was tied in the middle of a dense forest. "You should have stayed out of this, boy." He tied me to a tree, pulling out a knife. I struggled, but the ropes were too tight. "You don't have to do this." "It's the only way. The curse, it needs blood. The shaman said it would lift if I sacrificed the blood of a virgin. But as it turns out, Jill was probably impure. You've always been a shy kid. I bet your blood would lift me from this financial depression." "What? Have you gone mad?" "There are wolves in the world, and you gotta protect yourself." "You killed your own daughter because some shaman said so?" "Don't speak ill of him. He speaks to the wolves." "Don't make this worse, Mr. Hart. Don't do this, please." But he moved ahead with his knife, uttering to himself, "Strike to the heart, 2 twists, the birdies will lark, crush misfortunes and mists." He approached closer while I begged and screamed at the top of my voice for help. But who would even know of my presence in the middle of nowhere? He touched the cold blade to my neck and just stared at it like a madman, looking at where to cut. I closed my eyes and yelled for one last time. But just as he raised the knife, bang, bang, 2 shots were fired. One hitting the tree close to my head and the other hitting him in the leg. He went down instantly, and to my relief, I saw policemen emerge from the woods with urgency, followed by Claire and her and my parents. I broke down immediately and cried, while the police rushed to untie me and arrest Mr. Hart. This was our plan all along, bait Mr. Hart. I became the victim. Claire had seen my location stop moving and called her parents, who alerted the authorities. He was taken away. Later, during interrogation, he confessed everything. He believed his family was cursed, unable to achieve financial freedom. A shaman convinced him that a blood sacrifice of a virgin was the only way to break the curse. He never liked Jill since she was a stepdaughter, and while her mother was away to Africa working as a missionary, he drowned her in the bathtub and faked it as an accident. We never know how many sick people are walking among us. 5 years on, I still think about that day sometimes, wishing peace unto Jill's spirit.
That was good. These are some good videos. These are some very good. That was good. I like that last one. Damn. Cause that's a good plan. Oh, that's a good plan. That's a good plan. I ain't thinking about that. They got me with that one. They got me. They got me. So, dang. Like, he sacrificed his daughter, his stepdaughter, because the shaman told him to. Ugh, that's scary, bruh. Sacrificing your own stepdaughter. Like, dang, well. All these stories are great. And if you and if you like this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And don't forget to share this video with someone or watch this video with somebody. You feel me? And don't forget, I will be back tomorrow and catch y'all in the next video. Bye.